Hey guys and girls, it's me today Rocket, and my goodness, I am really excited for the Sonic movie coming out this February because I am a Sonic fan after all, as you can tell from my Sonic t-shirts, my Sonic cookie jar and keychain that I never use, my Sonic games of course, my Sonic retro games of course, and the fact that I actually know that in the Archie comics, Sonic's real name is actually Ogville Maurice the Hedgehog. Yeah. Of course, I'm not the only one excited for this movie. There are tons of Sonic fans out there in the world who have already expressed that they're very excited to see this movie next month, especially after the whole redesign fiasco that we had a few months back because in the first trailer, Sonic originally looked like this. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who really hated the original design for, the Sonic that we're having in, this movie. So yeah, people made fun of it, made memes out of it of course, but that's what you usually do when something's unbelievably hated or unbelievably loved. There's gotta be some memes out there somewhere. But yeah, as for me though, it's kind of reminds me of a very similar situation back in 2014 with Sonic Boom, when this was actually considered the worst Sonic design ever. Pretty hard to imagine now, huh? So I thought it'd be fun to start off the new year by reminiscing about the days of Sonic Boom by reviewing the TV show, Season 1 and Season 2. So without further ado, let's get into it! Yeah, we're kind of making that minor spoiler warning a thing now for the channel, huh? But anyways, let's start off this review by talking about, the main premise of this show, because of course, every show has that, right? The basic synopsis of, what the show is gonna be about. So, what's this show's synopsis? Well, to best explain it, it's just, Sonic and friends messing around. That's it. No, seriously, that's the best way I can explain this TV show. It's just Sonic and friends messing around. It's like Sega just, called up a random, animation studio and be like, "Hello there, random animation studio, this is Sega." "Well, hello there, Sega, what do you want?" "I want you to make a Sonic cartoon." "Oh, really? So what this Sonic cartoon's gonna be about?" "Well, it's about Sonic." "Okay, and then?" "It's about Sonic. End of story. Good luck." Well, okay then. I mean, yeah, sure, there's Dr. Eggman, so of course Sonic and friends gotta, defend the village from the evil Dr. Eggman, but even he doesn't really make that much sense in this series because there are some times where Eggman just casually walks across, the village and all that, and sometimes just buys groceries casually, like he's not even an evil villain or anything. So yeah, with that alone, you can clearly tell that this this series in its entirety is not meant to be taken seriously, like at all. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, however, far from it, because the thing is, there's a lot of funny situations that Sonic and friends have to go through that you can only get from this kind of backwards logic that the show has. So yeah, you can clearly tell that this is a cartoon that's more focused on comedy, and I think the show shows this in the best possible way. Of course, all this comedy has to come from the characters, of course, and we got some old faces and some new faces in this series. Of course, we got the usual Sonic cast: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Dr. Eggman, and the newcomer Styx. And surprisingly, we've got some pretty cool new side characters in this as well, like Dave the Intern and a lot more that I don't have time to mention. There's a lot of them actually. Most of them actually villains as well, which is actually pretty cool. So Sonic kind of has a bit of a rogues gallery in this series, which I think is a pretty cool idea. I mean, it's kind of cool to see, different villains with their own different motives and different strategies, different from, Dr. Eggman. So it's pretty cool to see that in this series. And as for the old characters themselves, of course they're different from, how they are in the games, of course. But I kind of feel like what they did here kind of matches the overall style of this show. So I think it makes sense. And surprisingly, some people might say that, this could be, better than, how they were in the games, like Sonic himself, because if you want to see the best performance of, Roger Craig Smith as Sonic, you gotta watch this cartoon. Now let's talk about the animation, which of course is, the thing that you're gonna be seeing, on your TV and all that. So, yeah, I kind of feel like there's a bit of a problem with the animation sometimes. I mean, there are some times where, the animation looks great, especially during the action sequences, but there are some parts where the animation kind of looks unfinished, and there's even sometimes entire episodes where the animation looks unfinished. But yeah, the quality of animation kind of jumps around a lot in this series. So yeah, I guess you can say that animation is kind of the weak point of this TV show. But even though the animation quality may vary from time to time, this show is still a good written show. So yeah, it still has that going for it from, the entirety from seasons 1 to season 2. So yeah, especially season 2. Season 2 really improved on the writing a bit from season 1. So if you want to choose from, the two, I suggest maybe go for season 2. But if you can, it's better if you go for both season 1 and season 2. So yeah, but it's a bit unfortunate that we might not get a season 3, because there are some talks at Sega that I heard that they might release a brand new Sonic cartoon. So yeah, but who knows, maybe it could be a rebranding of Sonic Boom, which could be pretty cool, but I don't think that's the case. So that's it for my review. So with that said, alright guys and girls, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, this is of course the first video of 2020. There's a lot of movies coming out this year, from Marvel and DC. Of course, we got Black Widow and Wonder Woman and all that. We also got Ghostbusters, which could be interesting to review. We might want to review 2016 as well in celebration of that, so that will be interesting to do as well. But of course, right now we're focusing on Sonic, because of course we're in the middle of the Sonic the Marathon. We're actually at the start. So yeah, next up we're going to be reviewing Sonic X Season 1. So until then, rock it on.